guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome to my channel for the first time. My name is Elizabeth. I am so excited for today's video. I have had so many requests to film this and give you guys an update ever since I filmed my unboxing of it about 3-ish years ago. I am going to be giving you guys a full 100% honest review of my Daysy Fertility Tracker. I do just want to say that this video is not sponsored at all. I did sign up to try to get an affiliate link for you guys, but I still have not heard back from them about that. So right now, as I am filming this, I have absolutely no sponsorship, no deal going on with them, no benefit to me at all for filming this and getting it out there. Regardless if that would change or not, these are still my opinions. These are still what I believe, what I've experienced with this, and I just want to be honest with you guys. But if they do get back to me by the time that this video is scheduled to go out, I will update the description box or the comments down below and let you guys know about that. So I basically want to start this video out by just going over what Daysy is. Daysy is a fertility tracker. It basically uses the fertility awareness or FAM method by using your basal body temperature and you inputting your menstruation in here to basically tell you your fertility status. There is a lot of research that goes into this. I'm not going to go into that all right now. I will link their website down below so you can read their frequently asked questions and all of that sort of thing down below on their website. But basically, you just take your temperature every morning with this. This is Daysy, and you input menstruation when you're on your period, and Daysy will give you colored lights. So you have 3 little lights right here. Yeah, so right now today I have a red light because I'm ovulating today, or in my ovulation window. I am fertile today, so that I could get pregnant. You can get a red light, a yellow light, or a green light. If you get a green light, you can't get pregnant. You are infertile and you're good to go. Yellow light means you're still in a learning phase, or you're like transitioning between green and red. I treat yellow days like red days, and red basically means that you are fertile, you are ovulating or are going to be ovulating, and then if you do have unprotected sex on red days, there is a risk of you getting pregnant. Daysy can be used to prevent pregnancy, which is what I use her for, or to accomplish pregnancy. I've been using Daysy for like 3 years now, and so I've been preventing pregnancy, but at the same time with preventing, I also have been tracking my ovulation. So whenever we do want to switch to trying to conceive instead of trying to avoid pregnancy, it should be an easier transition for me. Again, I don't know what other health problems me or my husband could have, but theoretically, in theory, it should be easy because I've been tracking my ovulation for so long, so I do know when I ovulate. Basically, every morning when I wake up, I turn Daysy on, stick the little thermometer probe under my tongue, and take my temperature every day. Yes, you take your temperature in your mouth, not anywhere else. It's in your mouth. And then whenever I am motivated enough, I will use the Bluetooth connection on Daysy to sync with my phone, and then I can pull up the app to see my chart, my temperature curve, the lights that I've gotten every day over the past 3 years. I can track all sorts of stuff in the app. I'll get to that later, but the app is super helpful and you can just sync to your phone and have all of that data. When you're on your period, you just hold the center button of Daysy. The lights will change colors and you'll input your period every day, no matter what. If you have your period and you put it in Daysy, it's a green day. So when I'm feeling motivated, I will sync Daysy to my phone. They have an app. It's a brand new app, actually. They just launched and I love it. Their old app was like very iffy, but their new one is amazing. Daysy has Bluetooth. You just hook it up to your phone, and once you input your data and everything into your app, you can see your chart, you can see your temperature shifts, you can see your light colors for the past however long you've been using Daysy. I can go back to February of 2018 and see all of my cycles since then. You can see your cycle day, what time you took your temperature, if you're on your period or not. Well, you should know that, but it records it in the Daysy View app. You can track if you've had sex or not, and then furthermore, you can say if it was protected, unprotected, or if you use withdrawal method. You can also track your cervical fluid. So I feel like I know so much about this that I just breeze everything. You can track your cervical fluid, and that basically helps you indicate ovulation for when you're ovulating. So you can track that if it's egg white, dry, sticky, you know, anything like that. There are options in there so you don't have to type it all out. But if you do want to type something, they also have a note section where you can like get detailed in that. But Their new app is very neat. I did run a poll on my Instagram yesterday where people could just like ask me questions about this because I'm very open and honest about it. I don't have any issues talking about this at all. I actually think we need to raise awareness about this because so many people think that, number one, every time you have sex you have risk of pregnancy, which is not true because you are not fertile every single day of the month. You can actually only get pregnant for 6 days of the month because sperm can live in your body for up to 5 days, and then when you ovulate that day, so like, yeah, long story short, can't get pregnant every day. But the amount of people who also think that they need to be on a hormonal birth control and that's the only way to prevent pregnancy is like, it blows my mind that people just don't know. So I want to raise awareness and let you know that you do not have to be taking extra hormones to prevent getting pregnant. I have not had any scares. I'm not on any sort of hormones. We do not use condoms. We do not use any sort of protection. And on red days, we just use the pull-out method. Yes, I've talked to my husband. This is okay for me to share with the internet. Yes, I know that people will comment down below and say that, oh, you know, the withdrawal method is not the best method and blah, 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 blah. I realize that. If I get pregnant right now, that is okay. We are okay with that. We are married. We are financially stable. We have a house. We have a dog. We could give him a sibling. But, like, it has worked for us for this long. And yeah, I will say though, some men do have sperm in their pre-cum, and that can get that can easily get you pregnant if you are still using the pull-out method. So just, you know, be aware of it. But a lot of people do use condoms on red and yellow days. But on green days, just because I'm on the topic, I literally have a whole freaking thing here, script that I want to talk about, and I'm going all over the place. But on green days, they like 100% start to finish, start to ejaculation. You do not need, we do not use any sort of protection. We do not use pull out. Like 100% on green days, you are good to go. I will say I've gotten questions though. This is what I ran the poll on my Instagram story. One of the questions that I got was, can you trust the lights right away? The answer is yes. Once Daysy gives you a light, I believe the last study that I read, and I haven't read a study from them in like 2 or 3 years now, but I believe it was like 99.7% effective. Your first light of opening Daysy up out of the box is 100% true. Yes, you're going to have a lot of yellow and red days at first because Daysy is learning your cycle, but when you input your period, that's a green day, and that kind of helps Daysy learn you and learn your body. I will say that even though the lights are 100%, I won't say 100%, no birth control is 100% accurate. The lights are trustworthy once they are given to you from day one, but it does take Daysy, I think, 3 cycles to really learn your body and give you more green days. So yes, first cycle out of the box, you might have a lot of red and yellow days, but once you use Daysy for a longer point of time, you will start to get more green days. I will say though, for these days to be trustful, you do have to use Daysy properly. You do need, I think it's at least 3 hours of sleep before you take your temperature, and you do need to input your period for 3 days every single time you get your period. So if you get your period on a Monday, log it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, even if it's there for Thursday and Friday. Also, I know sometimes I have longer periods. You just need to be like put 3 days in so that Daysy knows. I will say that this is super user friendly. I got a lot of questions like, oh my gosh, this must be so hard to use. It's not. After 3 years of taking my temperature, like, it's just natural for me to reach to Daysy in the morning. I just put her on top of my phone and take my temperature before I even look at my phone in the morning. I feel like I've been able to learn my body, know my cycles better. I can, when I sync Daysy to my phone and I can see my temperature changes, either spiking or dropping, I know that I'm about to ovulate, or I know I am ovulating, or my period is going to come later today or tomorrow, or like anything like that, because I've like gotten to know my cycle really well, that I know those temperature changes can be indicators for me and you and everyone who charts their cycle. I do want to say that I will pull this up real quick for, oh, the new app is called Daysy Day, not Daysy View. So this is the new app, and obviously, as you can see, I've gotten different light colors every day for the past however long. I will also say that, so I haven't synced Daysy in like a week, but this is a look at my chart. So you have all sorts of options down here that you can log, like cervical fluid and your notes that you want to, you know, document. You can do different types of all sorts of stuff basically, but this chart goes over like back super far from me. But it's actually awesome. I love that I can like look at this and understand it. At first it was like so complicated for me that I just like didn't even want to bother with it. But now that I've been doing it for so long and I can see how my temperature changes, like it's just so neat to know that my body like was designed to like have fertile windows, and like it's just so cool. So that's the app. I actually got the Daysy 1.0 in February of 2018, and I will say that after about a year and a half it did break. They had a different like casing design where you would have to plug in Daysy to sync it onto your phone, and that caused a lot of cracks. But this is the Daysy 2.0. When my first Daysy broke, I was in my warranty window still, and so they sent me this 2.0 for free. They fixed almost all of the issues that they were having in the first Daysy, and so I have had absolutely no issues with this. I love it. I will say that we have had no pregnancy scares or anything like that. I've taken a pregnancy test one time, and that's because it was the cycle right after my wedding, so I was super stressed with my wedding and everything like that, which delayed my cycle and delayed my period by like 7 or 10 days. And the little girl that I nannied for at the time told me that I was going to have a baby soon, so in my mind I was like, oh my gosh, she's probably some child psychic and I'm really like pregnant and I just have no idea. I was not. My period fluctuates for when it comes. My typical cycle is I think 29 days in length, but that like does fluctuate based on life changes and my stress level. And so like I wasn't really scared, but I thought like if a kid told me I was pregnant, like maybe it could be true. But I did a video on that, I'll link it up here. But we've had no real big pregnancy scares, no issues, anything with it. I will say I had gotten some questions on Instagram about what my husband thinks of this. I started using Daysy before we were having sex. We waited until our first wedding to, if you're new to my channel, I sound like a hot mess probably, but we eloped before our like real wedding. So we waited until our elopement, so he had gotten used to the idea that this was going to be trustworthy. And as I was doing all of my research to switch to this and start this process of learning my body, he was really supportive, and all of the questions and concerns that he had were the same ones that I had, and so I had researched a lot and shared with him as I was doing that. And now he really enjoys it. We don't use any protection. I don't have any added hormones. I don't go through like body changes with being on anything additional. I don't have fluctuations with my moods or weight or anything like that because I'm not adding in extra hormones, if that makes sense. So I got a question asking what the hardest part of this method is. The hardest part at first is remembering to temp, but once you put Daysy on your phone in the morning, it's really easy. And then second is syncing Daysy with your phone. I just never take the time to do that. But it's also not necessary. Like Daysy will give you a light prediction on here, so you don't have to look at your phone. But it's cool seeing the chart, so I only do that like maybe once every 2 weeks. I did get a question of like, are these good for irregular cycles? And on their website it says they're good for cycles from 19 days to 40 days. So it's worth looking into if you have irregular cycles. The cost is $2.99. I will say that I got mine on a 20 or 25% off sale for Valentine's Day. They announced it on their Instagram, and I think every year since I've gotten mine, they've done it on Valentine's Day. So be on the lookout, follow their Instagram, and see if they are running a sale anytime soon. I literally jumped on it, and it's been the best like $300 I've ever spent. It's a one-time fee. You don't have to pay anything monthly. It's not like you have to pay it yearly. It's just you buy the device and you're good to go. I also got a question, why would I pay that sort of money if I can just get free birth control? If you want free birth control, you can get free birth control, but I didn't want the added hormones or body changes, and I wanted the education to learn my body, my cycle, and be hormone free. So that's why I went with this. To each their own though. If you don't want to buy it, you don't have to buy it. I also got the question about insurance, and when I bought mine, they accepted insurance, so you could just like look into that for your own type of insurance. I've also gotten a lot of questions about cons. So cons to this is that yes, you do have to take your temperature every day, but I mean with like the pill, you have to take the pill at the same exact time every day. You don't have to take your temperature at the same exact time every day. It's just when you wake up after 3 hours of sleep. So if you go to sleep at midnight and you wake up at 4 a.m., you could take it at 4 a.m. before you go to the bathroom, or you could like go to bed at 10 o'clock at night and wake up at 6 a.m. and take it after that. But like, it doesn't have to be at the same time every day. Another con, pull out can be risky. I went over that already with if a man has sperm in his pre-cum, like it's just another one of those risky things, but you can also use condoms if you prefer. Another thing is that alcohol can affect your temperature. So this isn't really a problem for me anymore. I don't really drink all that much, but when I would, in previous days and previous cycles, you know, it would affect my cycle by drinking, and then I would get more yellow or red days because I was missing temperatures because I was drinking. I will say that it also is affected with some medication. They have on their website a list of different stuff that can affect it, but I will say, just because I'm in the Daysy Fertility Facebook group with a bunch of other women who use this, that if you do take Plan B, that really messes up with your temperature, and so you have to stop temping for a certain number of time. I don't know about that, I've never taken it, but from what I see online, things like that can affect it. So look into that if you're on any sort of prescription medication. I think it's worth all of those cons though. I trust it 100%. It not had any issues. I like being hormone free, and it's just a great all-around thing, I think. They have a lot more frequently asked questions on their website though, so if you guys are interested, that's down below. You can also join their Facebook page. They have like a Daysy, I don't remember what it's called, but it's like a group with women who use these, or the lady comp, or anything like that, who are basically using the FAM method, and they have lots and lots of information in there. So if you're curious, you can go in there, and then people also post their charts all the time if they have questions. That's just really awesome. But that is pretty much it for today's video. I hope that you guys enjoyed. Let me know if you were thinking about trying hormone-free birth control. It's honestly awesome, and I recommend it to anyone who will listen to me. Let me know if you guys have any more questions in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!